Well, greetings, Business 20 students. This is Mr. Doucette, and this is week number 2 in our 8-week business mathematics course here at Norco College. This week, you're going to be looking at percents and trade and cash discounts. Now, percentage is very important in business because most things are referenced in terms of percentages, percentage of sale, percentage of losses, percentage of men's clothing, etc. So everything is done in terms of percentage of discount, percentage of markup. So we need to learn how to convert decimals to percents, percents to decimals, do mathematical processes to discover percentages and amounts, etc. So that's what we'll be looking at in Chapter 6. Chapter 7 deals with trade discounts, and trade discounts are basically what manufacturers or wholesalers will give you in order to, if you buy in bulk. So you may buy a lot of items because you're going to sell them in your store. Well, they have to discount that so that way you can sell them at retail. If they sell them to you at retail, then how are you ever going to mark them up and make any money? So the way business works is you get discounts from your manufacturers, from your wholesalers, so that you can turn around and then sell those for retail price and actually make money. And of course, it helps them because you're providing the store and the environment for shoppers to shop. It gives them many more products to distribute, etc. So they will give you those trade discounts. And then there's cash discounts as well, which is basically them offering you some terms of credit before you have to pay your bill. And as a result of paying it early, you might get a cash discount. So those are what we'll be looking at in Chapter 6 and Chapter 7 in week number 2. So I'm going to stop sharing my screen here, and we'll go ahead and take a look at the assignments that you need to get done this week. So I'm going to go ahead and share our homepage in Canvas. So here we are. If I scroll down here, I'm going to go ahead and select module number 1. Now, just to remind you that we are ending module number 1 this week. All that really means at this point is that your discussion post that you started last week or case study is due this Sunday, along with whatever else is due this week, which I'll be going over right now. In week number 4, you have your midterm exam, but you don't have an exam at this point. So if I just go back a little bit here and look at last week, you obviously have a read me first section and a study section on each week of the course. Just remember that in order for you to unlock the actual coursework below, like the quiz, in this case, you must mark as done all of these. So in other words, you need to go in there, you need to select them, you need to read them and go to the bottom, and there's a little button that says mark as done. Until you mark them as done, you can't access the actual coursework. So that's true every week. So make sure you read through all of these, even if you have to just scroll to the bottom because you know what you're doing and click mark as done, that's fine. But mark them all as done, and then that'll give you access to the assignments. So last week you had a quiz, and then you started your discussion post or case study. I moved that down here, and I'll be changing that to continue case study, or excuse me, complete case study, because it is due this Sunday, March 1st. In addition to that, you do have a check-in assignment. Now, last week you did the initial mandatory check-in assignment, which is all personal questions. In this case, you're actually doing math problems, and you're helping Sienna solve some math issues, some issues in her business that require you to use math. So in this case, you're going to be helping her with some percentage issues as well as some trade and cash discount issues. So you might want to obviously go through all the study pages first and make sure you understand the concepts, and then go ahead and tackle the check-in assignment. Just keep in mind what this is it's a worksheet that you can download. You can work out all the problems on the worksheet. Then you start the quiz, which is a homework assignment, but it's in the format of a quiz. It'll open up the same exact questions that are on the worksheet with little drop-down menus for you to select your answer. So you can do that. And then it'll grade it for you. So that's the check-in assignment, and there's going to be one of those every week where you're actually helping Sienna solve a problem. You also have a quiz on the 2 chapters that you're going to be reading as well, or reviewing. So keep in mind, you might want to start with doing all the study stuff, do the quiz. You can take it up to 3 times, but it does have fill-in questions, so you might need to wait a day for me to grade it, or 2. But I'll get to grading it, and then you'll see what I'll always give you the correct way to work out the problems that you got wrong on the fill-in questions. And then once you've kind of got it down, then go ahead and complete your check-in assignment. And then don't forget to finish the case study, which you're helping Sienna choose a bank. And so there's 4 different scenarios, 4 different banks, 4 different charges. Which one's the cheapest? Which one should she go with? is the case study. You have till the this Sunday night to complete that. All right, so that's pretty much it for the week. By the way, I will. No, I'm not doing a Zoom session. Sorry, in this class. So if you need to meet with me in Zoom and to go over some problems, though, please don't hesitate to reach out to me via my office hours or even a time that works for you and let me know, and we'll set it up, and I'll be able to work through some of the problems with you online. But until next week, have a great week, and you will see me again on video next week. Have a good one.